What's up, you guys? It's K-Mac here again to do another Tophia Chew video. I realized in the last one, at least when I was using this microphone and stuff, because there was no feedback, which is generally better for the audio, it also made her a little bit quieter though. And especially since I was talking over her so much, I'm going to up her level a little bit in this one. It was at negative 10 decibels. We'll try negative 8. See how that sounds. Shout out to the usual. Shout out to Heinz Bug. Shout out to Santoki. Shout out to the lovely, lovely Tophia Archive who makes all of this possible. Please check out her channel, visit her, support her in any way you can before you support me. And right now, the biggest shout out to Vokal the Slug Cat, who apparently just became monetized. If you watch this dude, huge congratulations to you, especially since it seems like you did it like from a complete ground up versus me, where I used to post like clips of shows that I liked, and some of them have actually gotten, one of them in particular is half of a million views, which is where a lot of my subs have come from. So I just want to say congratulations, man. Like, good for you. You were the one that inspired me to do this too. So also that's even more inspiration, the fact that you've become monetized. And again, from what YouTube told me, I needed a certain amount of subscribers to get there, 500 and then 1,000 for different types of monetization. But maybe that's because I wasn't putting out content that was like you, that was getting, 1,000 plus views of the video. People don't realize it, but Vocal might soon. I mean, maybe he's not going to be at the point yet, but you don't need a million subscribers on YouTube to make a living off of it. You really don't. Um, there's people like Papa Gut who have, like a small but dedicated community. His videos all get like, probably average about 10,000 views, 20,000, in that range. And dude makes a living off of it, And he lives in New York too. I know that for a fact. So not that far. He lives more in Long Island, so kind of far from me. But the point is, he's in one of the most expensive states. By the way, if I'm talking weird or if I stop for a minute or anything, I hurt myself really badly yesterday. I slipped in the shower like an old person. I was like cleaning my foot. I have no fucking idea what happened, but I fell. And here in the country that I'm in, the bathtubs, the side goes up much, much, much higher. Like you think of a bathtub in the US where it's like, the edge is like 12 or 18 inches off the ground. Yeah, this is like 3 feet up off the ground, the edge of the tub. So I fell straight sideways onto all of the ribs right next to my lung. And then I bounced off of that. I swung the other way, hit the wall. And then I swung back the other way and landed square on my bad wrist, stopped me from hitting my head onto anything. And it's a wrist I've broken before from skateboarding, so anytime to do any injury to it, it's always more likely that it will get broken than a wrist that hasn't gone through that. So I basically right now feel like I was just in a car accident. My ribs are annihilated on my right side. They're not broken, thank Christ. Nothing was broken. I attribute all of that to the insane amount of milk I drank and how I just chew on Tums all day out of habit. Like even when my stomach isn't bad, it's just like a habit, and they're all calcium carbonate. I've probably taken in more milk, more calcium from milk than any other living human on the planet. I love milk. I will drink that shit. Like I'm 35 and I'll still drink it right out of like a plain old glass of milk. But anyway, I don't have any broken ribs or any broken bones, thank Christ. My elbow hurts like a motherfucker too, because as soon as I could, I tried to. See, I learned skateboarding when I broke my wrist that you're not supposed to land on your outstretched hand. You're supposed to sort of try and bend your arm and land along your forearm and your elbow. That's the way to land because you're less likely to break something doing that. Like landing on your wrist outstretched, it's very likely you will either break it in some form, like I did. And it doesn't even have to be like a break where you can't move it. Inside of your wrist, there are a lot of tiny, tiny, tiny little bones because your wrist is a sliding or gliding joint. I forget. It's one of the few in your body. That moves and it's a different type of joint than like ball and socket and other kinds like that. It's very, very delicate, your wrist. And inside of there are some bones that are so small that they don't actually like have anything to do with the movement. Well, they do a little bit, but mainly what they do is they supply blood to your hand and the other to veins and cartilage and everything that's around it. So if you break that little bone, which I did, if you don't heal it, you can have other parts of your wrist die. And ever since I broke it, and it's been like over a decade since I broke it out, but it's never been the same, and just it's all been messed up. So anyway, you guys, if I talk a little bit weird or slowly, or if I seem to pause extra or pause less in this one, it's literally because I feel like I was in a car accident yesterday. This happened last here it's 1:45 p.m. This happened last night at like probably 7 p.m. or something. I don't know. I was in the hospital for till like probably 10 o'clock. So like yeah, I probably had like I don't know, at least like 10 or 12 x-rays taken of me all over. So anyway, let's start. Oh, and shout out to the fans as usual, Ray D, shout out to Scotty Puff, and shout out to Some Jing. Sorry, not the right order, but shout out to all you guys. Yeah, I'm just like my rib is killing me. I'm sitting here holding an ice pack on while I do this. I'm outside. It's already
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
Oh, and even just moving. Sorry, guys. Oh, and taking two deeper breaths kills me. Wait, she has a pool? What pool thing? What are you talking
Subscribe
about?
if you enjoy,
What?
please.
Sorry. There's a place here that had a pool thing, and you can watch a movie in a pool for $100. Yeah, that sounds amazing. You know, when I go to watch a movie in the theaters and I want to hear like the sound and the story, like, coming at me full blast, a gigantic image in front of my face, surround sound, or if I'm going to an IMAX for a huge film, the last one I went to for it was like Oppenheimer or something like that. I'm going there for that experience. I'm not, that's why I hate like Alamo Draft House and stuff. Sorry, this is off topic, but like, hey, come watch a movie in the noisy environment of a restaurant. Sound good to you guys? Doesn't sound very good to me. I would like the theater to be mostly quiet or just people, quietly talking to one another about the film, not loudly, not like, why the fuck would I want to watch a movie from a pool? I mean, if it's a movie you've already seen and it's just like playing in the background, okay, but what, you're gonna get into a pool and sit there for like, what, a Marvel movie, a 2 hour, 40-minute film? You're just gonna lay in the pool watching it instead of like in a seat, you're just gonna stay in the water and get sun. I don't know, that makes no perfect sense. Sorry, guys. I'm already ranting too much. My ribs are busted up. They're like the ribs like right underneath your like your nipple and pec area. It's like so bad. I had the only exercise I'd really been doing the past year was push-ups every morning and some curls, and I can't do push-ups right now like at all. So I'm gonna be even a worse shape soon. Sorry, it's totally unrelated, Tophia. I apologize. And yeah, I brought her up to -8 decibels. Hopefully that helps. She's like just below yellow. She hits yellow every now and then, and she dies. That's good. Okay, back to squirt out of your ass. Wow, what? Sorry, I always press that button. Whenever I mean to press K, I sometimes hit I. Wow, what comments are in this chat? Tophia, can you say hi to my sister? Her name is Sophie. She's dying of cancer and loves your videos. Sophie, Sophie and Tophia. Yeah, I bet your dying sister named Sophie's last wish is to hear Tophia compliments her. You just gotta say, if your final wish on, like Tophia likes to say, you got an expiration date, bitch, all right? If your final days on this planet, your goal is to get a shout out from Tophia, I think you have made a lot of mistakes and you need to reflect very, very severely before that expiration date. Before you reach that expiration date, as the callous, evil sack of shit succubus Tophia described it once as, you got an expiration date, you got cancer, why are you sitting here talking to me? Yeah, you're such a nice person, Tophia. You're so nice on the inside. That's why people love you. You look on the outside just like you are on the inside. That's how it always works, So you're clearly really beautiful. You're a 9 out of 10 stunner, and you're just as kind inside as you are outside. Oh wait, no, you're mean as shit inside and you're ugly as shit on the outside too. So
Dude. No, 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 no,
Sorry, guys, I'm
no.
already pausing
I
a
didn't
lot. Oh,
mean
I need to
to
speed her up
invite
just a little
whoever
bit.
that
So,
was. How do you turn those off? Everything's turned off, but it's just an accident. Why is that allowed?
what are you talking
Like,
about?
sorry, didn't mean to do that. I'm
You
not
mean to
doing
do
it.
what?
I slept
I
okay.
love this squirt out of your asshole thing. What is? I would love to
I
know
didn't
where that
sleep. I was
conversation came
awake, but I was like, I'm
from.
not eating. I
Tophia.
already ate. Man, I'm just like, now I'm
Hey,
getting
Tophia.
tired. I
Oh my God,
slept
that's very
okay.
dumb. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I didn't sleep.
Squirt out of your
I
asshole.
was awake,
Squirt
but I
out
was
of funk
like,
Tophia. Happy days.
I'm not
So
eating.
you
I
did nothing all
already
day.
ate.
Collab with
Man, I'm
Candy
just
Rocks.
like,
Hey, Tophia, my finger still stank from last night. I also might have gotten this.
now I'm getting
Oh
tired.
my!
I slept.
It
And I'm
actually
trying to
hurts quite
watch
a
my
bit to
show, but
laugh
then
like
the
that.
internet was
So
slow. That's what I'm
if
saying.
if my laughing
I
sounds
just need
weird or
to
like stilted, it's
remember
because it
something.
hurts. It physically hurts me to laugh
91% of my
right now.
viewers are here, but they are not following me. So if you are, make sure you are following. Anyways, what?
Yeah, your viewers who don't follow you, I'm sure they're your viewers are not there for content that shit like that people like Santopia and Vokal and stuff put out. They're all your viewers.
I don't even
Technically,
know
they
because
are if
I
they're
don't do
paying attention to
nicotine.
me, but
Find whatever is
if you've
non-nicotine.
got 20,000 viewers and only 100 subs, that you're not doing something is wrong. You know what I mean? You're
Which
either getting raided, trolled, or both potentially, or you have no idea
I
what you're
think they
doing.
should make more cooler non-nicotine ones. To be honest with you.
Okay, as someone who used to vape and go to a vape store, you could have every single flavor there they had a non-nicotine version of, so I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. It's just more of a lie and more of an excuse for her to say, oh, it was just a non-nicotine vape. And even if it was a non-nicotine vape, like, why the fuck are you wasting money on that vaping? Like, you would shit all. Sophia would shit all over someone if they
The one that I
used their last few dollars for a pack of cigarettes, but for her to get a non-nicotine vape, so something she's not even addicted to and gets no chemical effects from, that she's got to pay out the fucking
have is
nose
just the
for, you know.
plain looking ones. I wish they had the ones with the liquids in it.
She wishes that they had like they're called reusable and refillable vapes, Sophia, not the disposable pieces of shit that you buy. That's yeah. I mean, there are some disposable ones where it has like a window on the side of the liquid, almost like a lighter, like a like a old propane or like a propane torch, where it's got that little piece of plastic where you can see
Cause
inside
the one that
the
I
fluid.
got, the last one I got was Liu Kang, or no, Liu Tang. I think
Wu
it's the
Tang.
play on the Mortal Kombat, but it was like Liu
What
Tang or something. I don't remember what it
is Liu Dang a Mortal Kombat? What the fuck is she talking about? Mortal Kombat. I'm not a big Mortal Kombat player, so I don't know. Maybe she's
was. It was
right. I
some
have no
blueberry.
fucking idea what
I
she's
don't
talking
even know. I do non-nicotine, so I don't
about. You
do
do.
nicotine.
If you don't, you're even dumber than anyone because you're actually getting all of the negative effects of vaping with none of the positive. You're still getting popcorn lung. You're still breathing that disgusting ass shit into your throat, like while it's in vapor slash water form. And yes, it's way better than smoking, right? Like we can all reach that conclusion, right? Even without studies being 100% finished, it's way better than smoking just by the sheer fact that you're taking way less toxic chemicals into your body, and toxins accumulate. And if you smoke a lot a day, they accumulate really quickly. Like I have a relative who probably smokes. He's from the south, so it's cheaper. He probably smokes like 2 packs a day. Up here where I live in New York, a pack is probably like $13 or $14 at this point. So if you're smoking 2 packs a day, that'd be $30 a day. That'd be what would that be over a year? That'd be almost 10 grand over a year. So maybe
So
more actually, actually more than $10,000.
it was
Yeah.
Liu Tang. Well, I don't vape. My vape broke, so I haven't been able to get one. But
Oh, her vape broke. This now that's why she actually can't vape. Even though every other time people caught her vaping, she lied about it, said, I don't have a vape. What are you talking about? Now she has one, she's busted. How
I don't know
convenient.
if I want to get another vape.
That
There's
is
nothing.
broken
It's
again.
no nicotine, but I don't know.
Okay, if there's no nicotine, don't get another one. You're literally getting okay. One of the benefits of vaping, at least, is that you know like the exact chemicals in it, right? So even though the three, it's usually like the nicotine, whatever the flavoring is, and then the propylene glycol or whatever the solution that they use for it is. The stuff that that vaporize along with the nicotine to create a vapor of nicotine mist, not just, like not combusting it. That's the difference between vaping, like even vaping like herb, like flower, like THC flower. When you vape it, you're not combusting it. You're actually putting it through heat that's high enough to take out the good stuff from it, but low enough that it doesn't combust the plant material. So you get all the THC out of it without needing to get all the smoke or all the tar and all of the bad shit that comes with it. Vaping is a similar idea. You're cutting all of that out, but there are downsides to vaping, like they figured out popcorn lung. Whether or not that will be proven to have been from vaping is they still haven't figured out yet or not. I tend to agree that it probably is caused by vaping because it's suddenly appeared alongside of it. Usually simplest reason is the reason. Sorry, I'm like pausing so long already. I'm like way longer into this than I feel like I should be, especially because I'm trying to keep up with the vocal. I saw Vokal. His was about 2 hours, and this is 90 minutes. So he's doing a nice 4-to-3 ratio for him. Like for every 4 minutes he has on his video, 3 minutes of Tophia passes. That's really, really good. I would love to have that. He's essentially in so like what you would divide that by like yeah, 4 out of 3. But you can't really reduce that much more. So yeah, like he's doing a great job. I'm doing the total opposite.
Thank you for the heart meme.
Terrible
But
job.
anyways, I do. I
But anyway, yeah, if you're vaping with no nicotine, you're getting every single negative effect of it, but none of the positives. And the positives of nicotine, I like nicotine. Okay, when I quit vaping, again, this is like so off topic, but I quit vaping and I tried the gum before, it didn't work. I tried the lozenge before, it was the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. If you manage to quit smoking with the lozenge, you're like a superhero because that thing is gross. And then I tried the patches, especially for vaping, because when you vape, the problem is you can do it inside. So you guys can't see my finger, but like imagine a regular nicotine graph, right? It kind of looks like a sine or a cosine graph. So you go outside, you smoke a cigarette, your nicotine level goes up. And then as you're back inside not smoking, it goes back down. Then you go back outside, smoke, it goes up, goes back down, up and down, up and down. When you vape, you can vape indoor constantly. So instead of your nicotine levels going up and down, up and down, up and down, they go straight up to being essentially maxed out, and then you maintain that level for the entire day. So you're actually consuming way more nicotine than cigarettes. You're just not consuming all of the other tar and smoke and shit that goes with it. So the benefit to that is if you're just looking for the effects of nicotine like I was, it's good. But like I said, I also was using just the patch to do that, and the patch is even better because the only ingredients in the patch are nicotine and the sticky adhesive on it. Different ones use different adhesives because people have different allergies to that shit. But basically, that's all that's in a patch. It's some nicotine, the exact amount printed on the side, and an adhesive. There's no other chemicals. There's no popcorn lung. There's no propylene glycol. There's no flavoring. You put a patch on your arm, and you get that much nicotine a day. I would have stayed on that forever, actually. I was totally cool with a 4 milligram nicotine package every day because it gave me that little bit like people like drinking coffee in the morning. A cigarette is a similar stimulant, so it like gave me that. It also calmed my stomach, and because I wasn't smoking or anything, it essentially wasn't giving me any negative effects. I mean, you could argue nicotine itself might have some negative effects in terms of blood pressure and stuff like that, but at 4 milligrams of nicotine a day or whatever it was, like I think I was even cutting them in half, 2 milligrams over a whole day. Like, come on. But insurance was like, you've been on the strip, you've been on the patches for a year, we're done. And they stopped paying for it, and now those patches are fucking expensive, man. If you are trying to quit smoking, call whatever your state hotline is to get them for free or Medicaid or whatever. Because if you want to quit smoking or vaping, the patch is, I think, the only way to do it in 2026 with how high your nicotine levels are from all these vapes. Sorry, guys, I just
vaped a
wasted
really
20
long
minutes
time
talking
ago,
about this
guys.
bullshit.
That's not a new
Sorry,
thing,
that's my
and it
fault.
was no nicotine. I had one of those ones, and you just press the button and you put liquid in it, and then you had to buy.
She was literally just saying she wishes that she had one of those. She was literally just talking about how it sounded like she only had a disposable one. What are we talking? What? So you have one?
The batteries, then you have to buy the filters.
Oh, she's saying you have to buy the filters. What the fuck are you
They
talking?
still have been in storage.
What are you talking about? What? Am I forgetting something? Where I had to buy filters for reusable ones? Maybe I don't remember.
It's
Maybe
not
the mouth caps were good. I don't know. I remember you filled up the top thing and then screwed it on. That was like kind of
see
it.
those ones with liquid
It's
that
been
are
a while. It's
plastic.
literally been
They don't have
years.
those
So
anymore. Thank you for the rose.
yes, they do.
So,
You just can't get them.
what
So
happened was is it fell in the dirt and it got dirt in it. So I was like, let me clean it with a Q-tip. It got stuck in there. So what do I do?
yeah,
I didn't have my
as
tweezers to
someone who
pull
used to
it
be
out,
addicted to drugs and need their
so
nicotine,
or
there were a
anything to
couple
pull
times
it
I
out.
fucked
So
up
I'm
a
like,
vape and I tried
and
to
I was
fix
trying
it,
to
and
suck it
you're
out or
not
whatever.
gonna
That
fix
didn't
it.
work,
Because
and because
she
I
put
vaped it, it burnt.
if
So
you
now it's
put
starting to
that
burn.
Q-tip in there, it's actually gonna think that like it changes the air pressure and it's actually gonna think that like generally like it will activate, so you're gonna burn all that shit away. I've also dropped it in the water before. At one time when I was using dope, I dropped it in a fucking toilet and I still tried drying that shit off because I was fiending that much for nicotine. So
It
yeah.
got clogged with a stupid Q-tip because it fell in the dirt, and then I tried to
You got
clean it.
logged with this stupid Q-tip. I wonder how that happened. Someone shoved a Q-tip in there to try and clean the dirt off of it instead of just wiping the dirt off and maybe like blowing some air in there, and then maybe if you get a little bit of dirt in your mouth, just spitting it out. No, this stupid idiot shoved a Q-tip in there and broke it. Like what a moron.
Dirt out and hold on.
God, I need to finish this in 2 hours. The last one I was supposed to pay for. Sitting out here with like
That
busted up
sucks.
ribs,
I vaped
fucking
for a
arm
while.
can
For
barely
a while.
move.
It's been a long time since I vaped. I used to vape
That's
though.
such a lie. There's videos of you doing it within the past like 3 to 6 months. That's not such a long time. You want to know what such a long time is? I quit smoking now. The end of the summer will either be 1 or 2 years. I cannot remember. I want to say one, but I quit smoking before, like before vapes were invented. I've quit for many, many years. I usually would relapse when I start using hard drugs again because nicotine and opioids go together like peanut butter and jelly, okay? Ask anyone you know that does opioids, fentanyl, whatever. Ask them what it's like to smoke a cigarette
And then
after
I just didn't vape for a
and
while,
then get back to me.
and
Like
then I
it's almost a
I
requirement. Like if you don't have the dollar to grab a Lucy on top of your fucking bag, like you're not gonna. It's just you're gonna find 50 cents to a dollar, whatever you gotta do. It's really more like $20 for the 2 bags plus a dollar for the
that's
cigarettes.
what I forget. Happy
If you're
birthday,
lucky,
Dixie Myers.
a
I'm
dollar
just.
gets you
That's why I
two
like
Lucy's.
sleeping all
Usually
day.
it was a
When there's
dollar gets you
nothing to do
one.
because I'm not gonna go sit outside. It is
But to them,
nice.
it's not even worth doing that anymore because people come in like the tobacco police and shit. And they'll fucking give you a huge fine for that. And even though and today they're not even making that much more off of the pack because the taxes in New York are so expensive. Like again, the pack is probably already 14 or $15 around here in New York. In New York City, it's probably at least that, if not more. So for you to even break even on the pack, you would need to. Well, the store gets them for cheaper. Okay, obviously. I used to work in a deli. I actually remember what we used to pay for cigarettes. It's just not off I don't actually remember. I'm not going to pull Tophia and say I remember. Oh, wait, I don't. I don't remember anymore. I thought I did, but I don't remember the specific numbers. I just remember the number of cartons we would get each week because of, people for Marlboros and Newports kind of over everything else. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I'll pass it over
I'm
again.
by myself.
God, this ice
I'm looking
pack
at the
is
TV.
fucking totally worn now.
I
My
was
goodness.
squatting. What? I don't squat anywhere.
You're definitely a squatter. You literally lived in a house without electricity or water, and we're forcing the people to evict you to kick you out. You're the definition of squatter. And if you were on Judge Judy, she would have literally taken shit all over you for
Yes, I
that.
am blind. Yeah, I am. I had never dated a girl. That's because I just recently figured that out. And plus, no.
We know. You guys, how many times has she said in the past 2 weeks that she just figured this out about herself? Or the last 4 weeks? Tophia, you've known about it for like a month now. How are you still figuring this shit out? You don't get it by now that you like both men and women? You keep saying you understand it that you're bi, but you're like, I'm just figuring out my sexuality. I'm just exploring it, you guys. So what? So now what happens if it turns out you're not bi and you go back in the other direction? You shit on a lady for doing that. I literally made a comment on a video. She said that someone was like, well, I realized I didn't like girls, so I actually went back to just having sex with men. And Tophia shit all over her. She's like, what a fucking liar. Like, she's not an ally. She's not an LGBTQ person. Like, she's a fucking liar and stuff. And Tophia, you can't explore and come to terms with your sexuality in your 30s, or you can, but she can't. She can't change her mind the way you change your mind. The only difference between those two things, and I brought up in this video because it pissed me off so bad, is that Tophia changed her mind to be more opening. Another person changed their mind because they realized what they actually like and were less opening to who they wanted as a romantic partner. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? You can be whatever sexuality, whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. I respect all that. Be whoever the fuck you want to be. But you're not, no one's forced to be with you. Okay? Like, you and someone else have to want to be with each other. It's like,
I'm
it doesn't just go
not
one
looking.
way.
Well, if something happens right now, I'm not actively looking. And
Liar.
oh my god, I'm
Yes,
just dream date.
if she's literally out there all day thirst trapping, hoping someone picks up what she's putting down.
No, just going
It's
somewhere
so
then.
full of shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Go
five
to
minutes
a
in. It's
place
very
where you could.
fucking
There's like two
point.
places. There's one on the west side and there's
I
one
should
on that
almost
way.
cut
I
this
still want to
intro out
go
and just start
there.
over.
When I have a car, at nighttime you drive up. It's not in the mountains because it's the place that looks like the mountains, and you
Not
go
the mountains, but a place that looks like the mountains. So like with hills
up and you
or
park,
hill.
and when you see all of Albuquerque, all the lights, it's really pretty at night. Like go,
So
you
you're
went
on
and then
hills.
the moon was shining.
Also, was that in Albuquerque? Was that New Mexico, the New Mexico lights, or was that Nevada, the Nevada lights? It was this thing like this UFO thing from like 60 years ago or something, where the governor of the state swear he was out there with a bunch of people that were watching something, and he swore to God saw a UFO. There's been
And then all
proof
the
that it most
lights,
likely
and
wasn't,
it
but
was a really neat
yeah,
place. Then the
it
west
just
side,
made me
there's a
think of
place
that.
like that. You
It's
go all
so
the
cool.
way up, and then you see like, all of Albuquerque at night. I don't
Wow,
know how old I look. To
that's
be honest, I
crazy.
don't know
What
my age though,
technology?
but I don't think I look
What
old.
technology, you guys? You can
Depends on
scroll out and see all of Albuquerque. Google Maps, you guys, what a fucking miracle. We just
where
invented
you're
it.
going for the date, right? If you're going to a fancy restaurant, then obviously it would be fancy wear, but casual wear, I don't know, probably something, and it depends on what the season is, right?
Tophia, why are you acting like you're fucking Anna Wintour? Are you kidding me? It depends on what the seat. Tophia, you wear the ugly. You wear literally like the least flattering clothes you could possibly wear. Look at what you're wearing right now. You're wearing a t-shirt that's a similar color tone to your body. It makes you look like you weigh 400 fucking pounds, and you've got your hair up in a bun, which looks like shit. What are you talking about? Like,
Because if it's summer, then you want to wear
am I
something
being
that's
an
for the
asshole
summer,
here?
not
Like, she's talking about like each season, like it's got a like from fucking from The Gentleman, every season has a look, and for every whatever there's a look, and for every look a strategy or whatever he says. Like she's acting like every time she puts on a different outfit every season, like her strategy for the year changes. The fuck are you
camp
talking
to then
about?
again.
You don't have enough clothes to be talking about throwing together outfits and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm gonna wear this today, like this fall day. I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. I'm gonna throw together all these outfits like Elle from Clueless, or not Elle. God, what the fuck's her name in that? Not Elle. Elle's Legally Blonde. Clueless. I think it's also Reese Witherspoon, if I'm not mistaken. But God, what the fuck was her name? I just have to know this. Hang on a second, you guys. Sorry, her name was
I
Cher.
look clean.
I really
I
need
don't.
to
I
not
have a
pause this
boyfriend.
anymore.
I'm
It's
not
30
dating.
minutes.
I have something in my eye, and
This would be a 5 to
well,
1
not in my
situation.
eye, but like
Meaning
I don't
5
take
minutes of
songs
my
because then
commentary
people
for
start complaining,
1 minute
and
of
then they tell
Sophia's
me
video.
to play other
Not good.
songs. Blue,
Again, I
no,
need
blue
it to
would
be
not look good
closer
on
to
me.
like 4 to
I'll look
3.
washed
Even
out
2
with
to
blue.
1 is bad, but
They
it's
told
better.
the guy told me at least
4 to
that
3 is
blue
really
would
good.
wash
Vocal, he when he talks about grinding and how it is just practice, he is really good
me
at it.
out. And I
At
already
when
know that
knowing when
blue
to
is
be
not my
talking,
color.
when to
Well, I don't
pause,
know.
when
People said I
to
look
wait to
nice in
pause.
blue,
Like
but
I'm
I
not
don't think
I'm not
so.
that good at that yet.
Maybe I don't know.
Like he'll wait to pause and
Guess I
say
made
comments
a
on a bunch of
mistake.
stuff, but
So you
sometimes
know
I just
what,
can't help but
Sigma
pause
boy?
every time she
What's
says something
crazy is
ridiculous.
you said that question, and today I got sad because it's funny you asked that question because I never had a quinceañera, and I got sad about that because I never had one.
Oh,
Well, my dad
pobrecito, tú no
when I was in
tienes
high
un quinceañera? Lo siento, no tenía una Sweet 16 porque estaba un adult. Lo siento, será un adult. Sí, no, lo siento, era un adult. A 16. No necesito un grande fiesta por mi Día de los birth. I don't remember how to say that. No es necesario porque no hacer nunca nada. Sorry, my Spanish is not very good. It's totally out of practice. I'm not even in a country where they speak Spanish. They speak a totally different language unrelated to any
High
English or
school,
Spanish. I've tried learning it here. It is so different from English, and I'm so old at this point in my life. It's extremely difficult. It's a language where it's a tonal language. So like, in English, if you say like ride, like car or car, like with a Boston accent, like you gotta park your car in Harvard Yard. Like changing those tones does not change the meaning of the word. It's just how he's pronouncing it. But if I were to say park your car in Harvard Yard and then park your car in Harvard Yard here in this country, those would be two totally different sentences. So it's
she
really
had
hard for me
bipolar,
to learn this shit.
and he was in
Enough with the
the
fucking bipolar. She blames everything on bipolar. As someone with bipolar too, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. This is the last time I'm gonna say it. Just because you're bipolar doesn't mean you go from happy to sad to angry to crazy within a few seconds. Bipolar used to be called manic depression, which I think is actually a better description. Only they didn't think it was because it made the implication that you're manic and depressed at the same time. Manic depression, aka bipolar disorder, is when you will have periods, long periods, weeks to months of being depressed, and then you'll have weeks to months of being manic, which is essentially when you're bouncing off the walls, starting a million projects, not finishing any of them, being up all night, not needing as much sleep. The total opposite of being depressed. That's what bipolar disorder and manic depression is. Bipolar, it means you go from each of the poles, depression to mania. Those are the two opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm so fucking sick of this misconception that bipolar people just snap at the snap of a finger. They go from being happy to being crazy to being abusive. That's not how that shit works. Maybe for BPD, borderline personality disorder, it is, which just so happens to share the initials with bipolar, so a lot of people fucking confuse them. But that is not bipolar, okay? That's a totally different mood and personality disorder what you're describing, and or a mixture of them. And I'm so fucking sick of her hearing, oh, he's bipolar. It's all bipolar. It's all because they're bipolar. It's because they're bipolar they act this way. They become crazy. That's no. He might, if he has a bad mania, he might, because he's unmedicated, because someone thought he was over medicated and they reduced his medication on their own. You somehow seem to still be arguing that's a good thing, even though it directly led to him going to jail. But, whatever.
with his
I'm
bipolar,
gonna change
whatever.
your mind on that. But I'm so
And
fucking sick of that misconception. Anyone watches this video, since I'm already so far into my recording and not the content itself, if you take one fucking thing away from this, take away that bipolar does not mean your mood
it wasn't a
changes
good
at the,
time.
at the flip of a
And
hat,
my family
or at
couldn't
the
really
drop of,
afford
excuse me,
that.
the
We didn't
snap
have
of
no
a
money,
finger.
so we were
It means
very
you'll be
much
depressed
struggling
for
to
months, then
eat.
you'll be
We could
fine, then
barely
you'll be
afford to feed
manic for months,
ourselves,
then
and
you'll
at
be
that
fine.
time,
Or
my
sometimes
dad
go
had his
straight depression
businesses,
into
but he
mania or
wasn't
vice
really
versa.
making
That's
that much
wrong.
money. And
And you can't take antidepressants if you're bipolar because it can cause manias and depression. So,
and my mom was kind of upset too because she
whereas
never
she could take
was
it
able to
because she
throw me
just
a
knows she's
quinceañera
just
because
depressed
we
and
couldn't
she'd be
afford it.
fine.
I wish
But
I
don't
would have
forget
had
about the
one,
side
but
effects, you guys.
I
She doesn't want those
just
side effects.
couldn't
Like
afford
that
it.
side
It
effect
was
of,
just, and
weight
I've
gain and
always
decreased
wanted.
libido. I mean, what the fuck would I like Tophia? She cannot afford to gain another 2 pounds. I mean, imagine if she weighed 2 more pounds, you guys. She might need a 4XL instead of a triple. Like fuck off your side effects. Like what it would literally change your entire life, but you're afraid of what, like gaining 2 pounds and getting a headache? Like fuck off.
I won
You
because I
complain about this
always
shit
used
all
to
the time.
watch My Sweet 16, and I wanted a Sweet 16 party too because I was like, wait a minute.
Sophia admits that she wanted to be act and behave like a spoiled 16-year-old. You're an adult at 16. You're not legally an adult, but if at 16 you're literally on My Sweet 16 throwing the biggest scene I've ever seen, making you like the most eat. I remember there's an interview with because they did it on South Park, and Trey Parker said that the girls on my Super Sweet 16 are the most evil people he has ever seen on television. Just take from
And I
that
saw
what you
what was
will,
it?
you
It was the
guys.
one where they did have
So Tophia wants to be a spoiled, pampered princess with a Sweet 16 on MTV.
quinceañeras. I
She's
forget
gonna say,
what
no,
it
no,
was.
that's not what I wanted. I just wanted like a regular party. No, you clearly wanted one of these. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been. Otherwise, you'd be happy with whatever small party your parents threw, and you'd be thankful and grateful
And it
for
was
it.
like my Sweet 16.
Fucking
I
shithead.
watched those shows all the time.
Yeah, I bet
Especially
you
there was
did.
one with kids, but it wasn't MTV Cribs, but like, where these kids show their house and what their family does and
Wow.
their lavish houses. And I always wanted that. And I was like, man,
Wow, Tophia always wanted to be super rich and loaded and not have to work for it and just have her parents be insanely rich and born into a life of luxury. She always, did you guys know that she always wanted that? Because whenever someone says that's all she wants is soft life, she always goes, no, I don't want a soft life. I want to work for what I have. She literally just said she wishes she was born into wealth and had a super sweet 16 on MTV. So,
that I would be so cool if I had a house with a pool. Everyone could come over,
no, you
have
wouldn't.
parties. That would be the
Wow,
coolest
you're
of
such a loser
my
if you think
mind,
that.
right? And then my Sweet 16. I always wanted a Sweet 16 party.
Like you're a
My
legitimate
parents couldn't
loser
afford
if
that
you
because I
think
was
that.
always
I don't
like,
know what else to tell
oh
you.
my god, they would bring out celebrities and they would be like, Ja Rule's gonna be at
She's
this,
so,
and then I was
she's
just
such a fucking like she's so obsessed with pop culture and celebrity status. It's unfucking believable. I don't think I've met anyone else on the planet Earth that's as obsessed with celebrities and status from them as her. Like she talks about nothing but celebrities and all the fucking awesome shit. Like, shut up. Who cares what they get? Are you a fucking celebrity like them? Are you fucking Katie Holmes? Like, come on, Tophia.
imagine just bringing out a celebrity at my Sweet 16 party and everyone's just all hype. But that really sucks.
Yeah, wow. Imagine I had a sweet 16-year-old party and my parents were so rich they paid a stranger to come be there. That's what that's what having a celebrity at your Sweet 16 is, and they just pay him. They're like, "Oh, you pay him." Like, there's an episode of Entourage about that. Entourage isn't exactly the best show to take life lessons from, but that's definitely exactly how it is. They want you to, like, like sing and dance, little monkey, like clap your fucking cymbals. You're not there because you're an actor or whatever. You're there as a literal moving like backdrop for photos and Instagram and shit.
It's these
That's
shows
what
and they
you want. That's what you want. You wanted to have a family so rich that they just paid strangers to come to your party. Isn't that super lame that you had to pay people
they make
to
you want
come?
to live that life because I was like, man.
No,
And
they
then
don't.
they say,
What are
we
you
got you a
talking about?
BMW and just pulls out with a BMW and it's just like, man, they have
Yeah,
these expensive cars and I'm like, it didn't happen.
so
We couldn't
stupid.
afford it. That's
What
the
a
sad
moron.
thing. It is actually very sad because it was funny that you said that comment because I was thinking about that today.
You just said it's
Yes, I
really sad that you didn't get to have a sweet 16 like the most spoiled girls on the planet. Okay.
blocked those accounts that
The most evil girls that Trey Parker has ever seen. He literally said they're evil. That's why when he made the Hell 2000 or whatever it was episode, the episode with Satan throwing the party with the Ferrari cake, like with Diddy did it, Diddy didn't do it. He did that because he had seen an episode of My Sweet 16 and thought they were as evil as Satan. He actually called them worse than the devil, but
make AI videos.
that's
My favorite
what
food is
Tophia
pasta and
wanted to be,
pizza.
a
Yes,
Sweet 16 worse
I'm
than the
Hispanic.
devil.
Sure am. I just really
Person.
want. I'm just trying to make a living, or not a living wage, but I'm just trying to make a stable income. I have a lot of.
Now all of a sudden she went from state a living income to she just wants a stable wage now. She doesn't even want a living income anymore. She's reducing her expectations of herself. Well, that is realistic. To no longer expect that because yeah, you probably aren't getting like the income like that,
Ideas because
universal
I want to
basic
do like
income
photo
from.
shoots. Oh, I want to recreate an early 2000s outfit. I want to do things
Go for it. See how many views you get and how much money you make off of it. Sophia, you have all these great ideas you claim will make you money and like make you a big star. Do it.
like that. Do photo shoots. I have a
Nobody's stopping you. You literally have nothing else to do all day. You live in a homeless shelter and go outside to stream.
lot of ideas, but I
Oh,
got
my
offered a
ribs are
free
killing
photo
me,
shoot,
guys.
but I
Sorry, I
couldn't
might
do
just
it
do it.
because I'm not in a good space, and I didn't.
Oh.
I wasn't prepared. Well, I was because They had messaged me before they were coming, but
Oh,
I have to try to get myself housing, and I can't go anywhere anyways, so I couldn't do it. They
oh,
wanted to
sorry.
do a free photo shoot. They offered, but nah, I couldn't. He offered, and
Yeah, someone that was totally real offered a Tophia paid photo shoot. A totally real person.
then no, I got a DM. He offered. He said he was coming to.
Someone sent her a DM offering her a free photo, like a photo shoot that she get paid from. I mean, what better evidence do you guys need than just a DM that she doesn't show us? Literally, she's telling the truth. What, you guys think Tophia would lie to us? Huh, you stupid idiot. Tophia doesn't lie. I mean, she actually lies all. Okay, she lies all the time, but like not like that, you know. Well, okay, she lies all the time. Just like yeah, okay, she does that too. But you know,
Albuquerque.
like she doesn't lie that. Okay, never mind. She
And then
lies
he
about
asked
like.
me, and I was like, well, I'll think about it when it comes to
That
that time, but
was a
I
little bit of
can't.
a bit I did there, you know, pretending like I could find one good thing about
I'm
her.
not gonna show anything.
Nope.
I already know what's gonna
The
happen, so
pathologic
no. Are you
liar
bringing
and
that up
sociopath.
a while ago? Shoot, my favorite hobby. I don't have a hobby right now. I can't.
Even though she was just talking about like paying all this money for resin that she got all over the fucking place and ruined her hands. It's like all this disgusting, gross shit. Yeah, she has no hobbies. Like,
Even if I did,
she's right. She has no hobby. She literally lays around doing nothing. Her hobby isn't even playing like video games or something or like a fucking game on her phone. Her hobby is literally putting her phone at a low angle shot so it's the most unflattering view of her you can get and then talking for 4 hours. That's
did
what
have a
she
hobby, it would probably be
That's her
collecting
hobby. This
Pokemon.
is her hobby. You can't call. She says, "Oh, well, if it's not a job for me, it's not a job for anyone." No, Tophia, it's not a job for you because it's a hobby because you don't get paid. Like me commentating on you right now, this is a hobby. I do this for fun. I think it's funny to mock you and make fun of you because you say crazy stuff, and you are crazy. Like I'm very convinced you have some sort of schizophrenia or schizotypal or schizoaffective disorder. You are out of your mind.
Cards. And I
Extreme
still
power,
haven't found my
extremely
Pokemon card. I don't
paranoid,
know what happened to it.
extremely
That card would have is
delusional. Like
worth a
she's
lot
out
of
of her mind,
money
you guys.
if
Out of
it's
her mind.
graded, but I don't know where it went. All I remember was is my dad tried to throw it away. He tried to throw away my Pokemon cards. He threw it in the trash, and I told him, "Hey, that card is $100 card," and I got mad at him.
Tophia, if you had a single $100 Pokemon card, you would have sold it so long ago for money to buy other shit with. I don't believe that for a second. I actually did lose a lot, like really good Pokemon cards, and I can't remember if I gave them away to someone or what the fuck happened to them. But I know when I went to sell mine, like I used to have a Charizard, a Gyarados, like all this shit, and they were all gone. I had him a Champ, you know, like from the if you guys remember the first set they ever released, it was like a pre-built deck came with a fucking holograph Machamp, right? So like I fucking had all that shit, and I don't know what the fuck happened to half of it.
And
And
I
my
remember
Magic
putting
cards. Jesus Christ, I used to have when I was in middle school. I had so much in Magic cards, and then they all got ruined. They were all in one single bag that a thing of milk exploded on, and it's just over after that. Even if you peel them apart, they're gonna stink. They're gonna be fucking gross. And the way they peel apart, it's like you're gonna be able to tell exactly what card it is based on the way the stain and shit is on it. So. But God, I had a fucking Spelljack, you guys. For anyone who doesn't know anything about Magic the Gathering, look up Spelljack and look up, I think it's Mirari's Wake. Some of the best cards in the fucking game. Mirari's Wake gives you, I think, +1/+1 and double your mana as an enchantment. And, God, what was the other one I just said? Oh, Spelljack. Spelljack is a counter spell that lets you then play that spell anytime from your hand with a mana cost of 0. So you don't just counter the spell, you literally spelljack it, and then it goes in your hand. I used to have lots of arguments with my friends about how many times you could play that card, because it doesn't say you can only play it once from your hand. It says you may play the card at any time as if you have 0 mana. But it doesn't specify that you may play it once. It's usually in Magic what it says when the card goes, but people really push back on that because it kind of is unfair. Like if I hijacked like a fireball, it was like 8 damage, and it took them like 6 mana to tap, and then I can just launch a fucking fireball that does 8 damage for 0 mana every single turn, like 3 turns in a row. The game's just fucking over. So I can understand their position, but at the same time, my position was it's what's written on the card. Also, same with Phantoms. Mirari's Wake gave everything a +1/+1. Phantoms were broken, and people used to argue this with me, but I actually looked it up, and it was true. For a while, when Phantom cards came out, so the way Phantoms worked was they were 0, 0. This is totally unrelated to Tophia, and I don't care if you skip past it, but they were 0, 0s that had counters on them for +1/+1. Every single time they took any type of damage, whether it was 10 damage, whether it was 1 damage, whether it was 5, you would remove a single counter. So let's say it started with 3. So it went from a 3, 3 to a 2, 2. Then it would go to a 1, 1. Now, if you had an enchantment giving it +1/+1, now it's a 2, 2, but it has only a 1, 1 counter remaining on it. Now, the creature, you've removed the last counter, but it still is a +1/+1 because of that Mirari or any sort of enchantment you gave it that gives it health. So, my argument, which actually turned out to be true later on when the internet was around, is why they changed these cards and banned a lot of them and stuff, was that if you enchanted these monsters, they were unkillable because every time they took damage, it didn't deal damage to the creature, it dealt damage to their tokens, to their markers, their +1/+1 tokens, markers, whatever.
Putting it away somewhere
Stones,
where
whatever
he
you want
didn't
to call
find
them.
it because
So,
I
anyways,
knew
so off
he would
topic.
try
We're
to take
fucking
it and still
45
insist
minutes
on throwing
in,
it in the
to 11
trash.
minutes. I'm so sorry, guys.
And considering the fact that my dad kept on to a
I'm gonna
card that
try
was
not to
$100
like pause at
in a
all for this
safe,
45 minutes to
and he
then
tried
get
to
to
throw
like
that away. My
an hour
brother
and a
had a
half, and
card
we had
that was worth money,
vocals time.
but
I
it
don't
was in
believe
my
you.
dad
I
kept it
don't
in
believe
the
you had
safe.
cards worth that much
So
money. A
I
hundred
had
dollar
bought
card?
this.
That's
It was
actually
a
a
hundred and
lot
fifteen dollar
in
box
Pokemon.
when I was in the apartment because I
I don't
was really
believe you
excited. I
for a
found
second.
this place, which I gotta remember what the place was. It's a really good place to get Pokemon card boxes. They're legit. Everything. So I opened this card box on
They're legit everything, and so I opened this card box. What a sentence.
live, and I got this Pikachu card that I wanted,
Wow, she
but
got
I didn't
Pikachu
get the
cards.
version that I wanted. I got a
Not the
different
version.
version. Paid for the whole box. So that one card pays for the whole box. I was like, that's insane. But it probably would be more. I
No,
know
it's okay. First of all, this is such bullshit. All those companies that rank cards are full. That's a fucking bullshit synthetic market, okay? And people like use it to judge the value of them. Fuck that. Don't pay to get it graded. Sell it online. Say this is the fucking quality it's in. This is what it looks like. I will ship it perfectly, but I'm not selling it for a dime under as if it's graded a 10.0. Okay, because those card companies are bullshit. There's a huge story about them. I think Penguin Zero did it where they had sent a card to a company and then the company fucked it up and like gave them like the worst rating ever for it and it went from being worth like 50 grand to like $500. Anyway,
what the
they're
value
all
went up on that
bullshit, those
card.
companies. It's all scam. Like VHS ratings, like, oh my God, this VHS is an 8.0 out of 10 because it's still cellophane wrapped. How the fuck do you know the VHS even works if it's still in the wrapper? Like this shit,
And it
those
probably would
markets for
be.
used collectible shit where they like rank it by like its quality and stuff is bullshit. And Red Letter Media did that huge Nuki review video on it, and they tried to send like a fake one. They actually got caught on that one, but they were wondering like how real this is, and they sent in the best versions of stuff they had, and even their best Nuki wasn't above an 8.0. And I would guarantee that their best Nuki looked like it was fresh out of the factory. So.
More
Yeah,
if
Red
I
Letter
got it
Media,
graded.
best channel on YouTube.
But that sucks. You know what I mean? It was worth $100 because I looked up the value of the card. I can't even remember what card had what it was, but I remember it was a
It's convenient she can't remember.
Pikachu card,
Oh, it's
and
Pikachu.
it was worth $100, so it paid for the box.
And again, what people ask. Okay, so I guarantee you this is what Tophia did. I'm gonna show you guys an example right now. Okay, do exactly what Tophia did. Right. This is exactly what she did. I will bet $1 million. She went to eBay. Let's just say Pikachu. I have a Pikachu E3. I don't remember. I sold it. It came in power. Pikachu E3, and I think it had red cheeks. Maybe it had gold cheeks. I don't remember. Anyway, wow, these are all, oh my God, $1,500 for my E3 promo card. But wait, this one's only 35. Huh. I mean, these must be worth $150. Who else would ask 100? I mean, they're asking 1,500. Look at all the bids they have. So this is what Tophia did. She Googled the card, saw like a couple. Oh my God, it's $1,000. It's crazy. I actually don't remember if mine was red cheeked or not. I wish I remembered. I think it was red cheeked, but it doesn't fucking matter. This isn't the point. The point I'm trying to get at is what she didn't do is on this left side, scroll all the way down. to where it says show only sold items. This is a big mistake people who check eBay don't do. This is what they're selling for. Somehow that one sold for 90. That's a little bit sketchy because the rest of these are between 20 and 50. That might have been selling it to themselves or just someone. Like this is just strange. I don't see the reason for this one being so much more. But anyway, oh, it looks like it's because they thought they were getting a big discount, but they weren't. This person just got taken for a ride. But like this is what you have to do when you want to sell shit. Okay? This is crazy. This is obviously fake. Like, I don't believe either of these for a second. These people fucking paid themselves to, like, pay someone to buy it from them. I would bet $1 million. Like, there's no fucking chance in hell that this card, even whatever fucking bullshit mint rating was a three. Like, no. No. So this is really what the cards are worth, between $30 to $50, it's like realistically. But Tophia goes to eBay and she just eBays the card and just goes with whatever's first
But
and
I
hits
held
people
on
eBay.
to it because I
Sorry
still
guys,
have
again, I keep
card
saying I won't
sleeves
pause and we're
that
at
I
50
bought
minutes
in
now, but
case if
like
I got
that's
anything
what
of
she did.
value. So
That's
we put
100%
it.
what she
I
did.
got that card and then
God, we're at
that was
50
it.
minutes already,
I don't know
guys.
if I got
I
any
might
others.
split this into two just to
But
go
my
rest my
dad, I
ribs
saw
for a
he was
little
throwing it
longer.
in the trash, and I got
They're
mad,
fucked
and
up,
I
you
hid it
guys.
somewhere. So he went throw it in the
It's
trash.
hard to breathe.
But now
Shit.
I don't even
The ice
remember
pack
where I
I have
put.
is totally
So when we
explosive.
unpack storage, I'm gonna have to look for it. If not, I think it's gone. We were
Wouldn't it be on the top of your store? Like,
raided
whatever.
also, and my dad threw some things out the window, which I don't think it was my Pokemon cards. I don't know. He has a habit of when he sees something, sometimes, especially with his bipolar, mine. He took my fidget.
That has nothing to do with being bipolar. Shut up about that. Stop blaming your dad's problems just on being bipolar. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so fucking deceptive. It makes bipolar people seem like they're incapable of functioning in reality. There's a lot of really famous artists and smart people that were either bipolar or had major depression because the smarter you are, generally, the less happy you are with the state of the world as you look at it for what it really is. But like, fuck
Spinners.
off with this bipolar shit. I'm bipolar. I don't see shit that doesn't belong to me and go, ooh, mine. That has nothing to do with bipolar, Tophia. That has to do with not being raised right, not understanding boundaries, and not understanding that you can't steal. I'm aware of all those things, okay? Shut up. Shut the
And I was
fuck
like,
up
those are
about being
mine. I was like,
bipolar.
no.
Shut the fuck up about ice. Shut the fuck up about all this performative bullshit that you love to fucking rant and rave about, but doesn't affect you in the fucking slightest, and you do nothing to help these people. Sorry, my rib really hurt
Oh,
there.
you can't have that. That's mine.
Fuck
You know,
off.
and he gets so upset because I don't let him have it.
No,
Well,
that has nothing to do with being bipolar. That is the way a toddler behaves. No one taught your dad not how to be a toddler. No one taught him the word no. No one taught him that certain things belong to other people, and no one has corrected him since then, which would fall on you and your mother as fully grown adults at this point. When you're fucking below 18, not your problem. I agree. But
that's mine. He was an only
this is
child,
bullshit.
so
Don't believe it.
he didn't have to share.
Yeah, I wonder
But
if being the only child had more to do with it than the random bipolar disorder, which somehow makes you say things belong to you.
like, it's just like that's my stuff,
Fuck
though.
off.
Whatever.
Like,
I
seriously,
just
fuck
want
off
to
for saying
get
that.
back
That's such a
into ripping
fucking bitch
Pokemon
ass
packs
thing to
on
say.
live. That's gonna be
Like,
when I
fuck
have a
you.
lot of money, cause that's boxes of Pokemon cards are
Fuck
expensive.
you. Like,
Welcome back, guys.
that's
There's
so
Vokal
aggravating to someone with bipolar. I mean, again, I have bipolar too, so it's usually considered not as bad, but like,
likes. What are we doing?
I fucking hate it. I
Let's get
hate
those
that
likes, please,
misconception.
and thank
That people will just see someone go from mad to or happy to mad. God, you must be bipolar. No,
you.
he's not bipolar. I mean, maybe he has borderline personality disorder, or maybe he's just a fucking asshole. Have you ever thought, Sophia, maybe you're just an asshole? Like,
Super itchy. I can't stop scratching.
do you think
Ow!
maybe
I
your
like.
dad's just an asshole? There's nothing to do with being bipolar or anything else. Do you ever just think he's a dick that wasn't raised right? And he passed all of those shitty traits onto you? Like, have
Down
you
days.
ever
I was
considered
watching
that
my show.
possibility?
I'm watching this show called
I,
Age of Attraction. It's a
wow.
dating show. Told you guys about this.
Are you kidding me?
And basically, the
I'm pretty sure Age of Attraction is an age gap dating show where someone much older dates someone much younger. Let's see.
only question they can't ask is how old someone is. So some people have a huge age gap. So yeah, couple.
I think it's probably more than some people. I think most, probably 90% of them, and then like the others have like an age gap of like 5 years or less. Like the 10% that they use to claim that they're not
Already,
weirdos.
and she was really in love with the guy, so I thought, but no, I'm like, that's crazy. Why would you say that? That is so. Don't say that. I think of some. Who says cutesy? Didn't she say cutesy? My
Is she
family comes
saying
from
don't
Spain.
be an
I
adult and
recently
say that you
found
met
out,
someone
so
else?
that's cool. I didn't say
I don't
Spaniard. I
understand. Like I hear that shit all the time from incel forums and like Am I the Asshole forums and like nice guy shit from Fatal Walter. Shout out, bro. You got an amazing channel, all right? Hear all that shit. Lucas Werner video just came out too. Another lol cow. Him and Tophia are the best remaining lol cows by far. Her and Lucas Werner. If you don't know who Lucas Werner is, search Fatal Walter Lucas Werner. You will get a playlist. You will fucking piss yourself laughing. Okay. Guy's out of his mind.
Spain.
She's
Hispanic
up there
people
too.
came from Spain.
And wait, hang on a second. Wasn't she just
My
talking?
family comes from Spain. I'm like, that's crazy. Why would you say that? That is so. Don't say
Yeah, she
that.
was saying like,
I think of some.
why would you be an adult and say I met someone else? Like we shouldn't see each other anymore when you could just ghost them or lie
Who
to them.
says cutesy? Didn't she say cutesy? My family comes from Spain. I recently found out. So
Okay, are you black or does your family hail from Spain? I also don't believe she's Spain Spanish. I don't believe it. I don't believe her.
that's cool.
She's a pathological liar. I believe that she's most likely Mexican or Central American. I would love to see a 23andMe or an Ancestry.com DNA test. I love to see it because she loves to brag about all this shit all the fucking time. I will pay for if someone shows this video, Tophia, I will pay for your genetic testing if you show it to all of us.
It's a Spaniard. I said
I'll pay
Spain.
every single penny.
Hispanic.
I will fucking mail you the kit. I will fucking pay for the subscription for 1 year so that we can see everything. But I want to be able to see that shit. I'm gonna make the account, my account and my password. You're gonna log into it and be able to see it. But I'm not fucking taking it away. I'm gonna be the one that ultimately holds the gate to that. Because you will lie about that shit like you wouldn't believe. You would fucking not show it to anyone. You make up whatever fucking percentages you want. So, Sophia, I will pay for you to do that, which is something you would probably really like to do because you're someone that likes wasting money. I will pay for it. I don't care how fucking expensive it is. I will pay for them. I literally just thought I broke my ribs and fucking arm yesterday, and it cost me $400 in X-rays and shit here. I would literally pay you to do that.
People came from Spain to New Mexico and fought for New Mexico to be a state. Did you know that?
Did you know that they were joined with the Mexican military at the time? They were joining fellow Spanish fighters there because Spain were colonizers of the fucking part of Mexico you're talking about. She loved talking about white colonizers. What about the fucking Spanish ones that colonized Mexico? By the way, so at the time, if they came over from Spain, by the way, unless they only married someone else from Spain, when people came over from boats back then, Sophia, they usually weren't like gigantic passenger line cruise ships like today, where you can fit 50,000 fucking people on the boat. It was usually maybe a couple hundred. So the odds that once they then moved there, that they integrated with the local community and married someone of local heritage is very, very high. Which is again why I would pay to have your DNA tested to show us that you're not from fucking Spain, that you're just like anyone else who lives in Southern America that has roots ranging from South America to Central America to Mexico and maybe all the way back in that bloodline as many years as you're talking about for Spain. Because you're talking about New Mexico before it was even a fucking territory if they were fighting over it. So what was this? Over 200 years ago now? So over 200 years ago then, Tophia had like one relative come over from Spain. So she must be Spanish, you guys. I'm sorry
After
I
cool
keep
if my
pausing.
relatives.
I'm gonna have to make a two-part video. I'm gonna have to stop it after like 30 minutes of this because my lungs are fucking killing me and I'm already an hour in. But just to get to the end of this, like, and then move on, because that's so fucking racist. There's no proof of that. That makes no logical sense. That is not how people integrate with the cultures they're in and work for it. If they went there to fight on behalf of the Mexican and indigenous peoples, who, by the way, they were actively suppressing, which is why eventually they gave up and the Mexican army lost to the U.S. army. Like, what the fuck does it matter? Unless you're willing to put your money where your mouth is. And even if you are from Spain and not Mexico, so what? Are you trying to act like that makes you better than someone from Mexico? I don't understand the point of even pointing that out other than to say that you're better than the other one. Like, what a fuck, like, fuck you for even saying that shit. What is wrong with you? It's unbelievably gross. Like, I say I'm Irish, not English, because Irish was a separate type of people, separate ethnicity, essentially. She likes to say racism and all. She likes to use those words not interchangeably, but at the same time, uses them totally interchangeably by her own internal logic. Like she has no internal logic when it comes to those words. But like they were there in the 18 fucking hundreds. Like, what are we fucking
For New
talking
Mexico
about?
to be a state, but I don't even know. But I Spain
Like,
to New Mexico.
okay, so same with like and again, my grandparents, two generations back, were from Ireland. You're talking about a relative that was here when let's look something up because Tophia doesn't like to. When did Mexico lose its battle for independence from the U.S.? This would be the year that Mexico lost their war with the United States. So in February 2nd, 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe, wasn't that all of Mexico? Yeah, this is just New Mexico, but that's because it was part of the struggle, I think, with Texas and stuff. Unless, yeah, the Tejas Revolt. So that's Texas, the Tejas. I think it's Tejos today, but either way, it doesn't fucking matter. This was in 1848, so 1948, 2008, so it's 150 years. 2018. This was almost 170 years ago. You're talking about your relative who fought in Spain on behalf of the Mexican military there. 170 years ago, you had one relative, maybe two, from Spain. What do you think your ancestry is going to look like now, after 200 years of integrating into the local culture? Guys, what are we even talking about? This is why I'm pausing so much. It's like, what are we even talking about anymore? In what planet does this make sense to anyone? Like, 170 years ago, you had relatives from Spain, therefore you must be only from Spain. I, it's it's bizarre. I don't get it. I don't get it. You think that you have no blood relation to anyone from Mexico, Central America, or South America, despite your relatives moving there 170 years ago and intermingling with the population, fighting with them, and then integrating with the United States population after the war ended. You That's insane. Again, someone show this to Tophia. I will pay your 23andMe or whatever. I'll pay the 100, 200 bucks.
Mexico and
I'll pay
fought
the
for New
$100 or
Mexico to
whatever
be a
plus the
state.
hundred
Did you
dollars
know
for the
that?
year for the
That'd be cool if
service.
my
Like,
relatives fought for New Mexico to be a state, but I don't even know. But I just
they weren't fighting for again, I believe it was all of Texas, including New Mexico, which became New Mexico, but I believe it was all of that territory fighting to regain independent of the United States. If my memory is correct, my memory with history isn't always the best. I have a good memory, but sometimes with history, though, I'll mix up
know
Greek
that we're here in New
dates, like
Mexico.
McMahon Hussein.
I'm
I'll
not
mix up
loud
with
and
Sykes-Picot,
wrong. Hispanic
even
people
though
come
one
from
of
everywhere,
Jerusalem
not
as
just from
well. They're like, isn't
Mexico.
that fucking bullshit?
Indigenous people come from Mexico too. Hispanic people come from a lot of places, not just Mexico. It's really ignorant.
She's argued a million times in her past videos. Hispanic means from Spain. Technically, it also could mean from Portugal too, but what the fuck does she even? I bet she couldn't even point Portugal out on a map
To say that.
if you
You can
gave
be
her an hour.
Hispanic and be born in Asia. Hello. What I say? Colonize.
Yeah, Sophia, you can be Hispanic and be born in Asia. Yes, your race will be Hispanic. You will be a Spanish person. Your culture and ethnicity. See, she thinks ethnicity is the same thing as race, or doesn't. I don't know. She always seems to conflate the two, but then separate them. That's not how it works. Your
What?
race would, yeah, your race would
Just
be
want a reason
Hispanic.
to be loud and wrong. Jesus Christ. Calling someone a person of color a colonizer is weird ASF because you don't want to admit your ancestors.
People of color were see oh my god, I hate this that I have to even fucking rant about this. I went through a huge rant about this before. People of color did take slaves. Ancient Egypt existed. Mesopotamia existed. There were civilizations before the Greeks and the Romans who were not white and took huge amounts of slaves. Do you think that my fucking Jewish ancestors were having the best time in Israel building the fucking pyramids, getting whipped every day? Like, what are you fucking talking about? I fucking hate it when she says this shit. She's so fucking full of it. She's so stupid and ignorant that she thinks white people invented slavery. And by the way, when Greeks and Romans took slaves, they took anyone. They didn't care about your color. They took white slaves, they took black slaves, they took brown slaves, they took Eskimo slaves. They didn't care. They conquered you and could throw chains on you. They took you as a slave. That's it.
Own slaves. Run away, run
My
away. If you
ancestors did
got no
not own
culture,
slaves. Three of
if
my
you know Pizza
ancestors
Hut
were
is
not
hiring,
here during the
then why
times
don't you
where you were
accept the
able to
job
own
there?
slaves. And one, my
You're hiring. Why are you gonna
dad's
leave
side
them
was
without
mate. I don't know.
people to work?
Again, I
My
don't
mom is
believe that
doing
she
good. Why
did,
are you
but
asking other
it's
people
possible.
instead of asking me? That is so weird. Like you're like updates on
Why, yeah, why would they ask your mom how she's doing instead of you, the pathological liar who always lies that she's either doing really well or really poorly to plug either some e-begging stream or to get people to get off the topic of bothering you to go see her? Hope you guys can hear all this.
how Tophia's mom
Sorry,
is
I'm
doing.
outside. There's
You
no
could
one
literally ask
outside
me
here
how my
too. Like
mom is
it's
doing.
making me feel
I
weird,
won't
but
refrain from
my
answering that.
ribs
Just
hurt
say,
so
hey, how
badly.
is
I'm
your
not
mom
moving
doing?
from this
Don't
table and this
ask other
chair. I'm not
people. They
gonna
don't
sit
know how
next
my
to
mom
this
is doing.
bitch.
Only I know how my mom is doing because I talk to her every day.
God, it hurts to
That's
fucking
kind of
breathe.
rude to insinuate that. Don't even do
That's
that.
why I went to the doctor.
Some of
I
you
was
guys are
legitimately
insufferable.
worried I might have punctured a lung. I felt
Like
so
so
fucking
rude.
hard, you
All
guys.
you
Like,
have to do is say, "Hey, how is
I
your
felt so
mom
hard
doing?"
I
instead of
bounced
asking
hard enough
other
to give
people.
myself a
Do you
whiplash.
think
I
people
didn't
are
hit
really
my
gonna
head. I
tell you?
gave
They don't
myself
even
a
know.
whiplash
Nobody talks to my mom
like
like that, and the people that do are not gonna.
Hey, guys, I was like one of those better channels who would just bring up like the video clip right here now of her saying, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid. Don't ever or like don't ever say that again, you stupid bitch. Shut the fuck up," or whatever she said to her mom. Shut the No, sorry, here's what it was. Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. Don't ever say that word again. That's word for word what she said to her mother.
Tell
Word
you
for
how
word.
she's doing. I'm not
Word for
blasting
word.
music, and actually, the cooler is
Just
so
word for word.
loud that you can't even hear from one room to the next. So you really can't hear anything. My brother's birthday is next month. That's gonna be hard. I don't care if there's two different people. Let me explain something to you.
How
Santoki
hard
and
was it for you?
Santori,
Yes,
I really don't
last year.
care who is who. If I don't like someone, I'm not gonna care to pronounce your
She mentioned Santoki. Santoki, you made it in the big leagues. I'm gonna have to give you another shout out. I'm even gonna leave a comment on your channel now. Hopefully you notice it and check out my channel. But fucking Santoki, we got a fucking okay, good. Thank you, Tophia Archive, for timestamping this.
name correctly.
Santoki, you've
That's
made
just
it to
that.
the
I
big
don't care.
leagues.
If they're both watching me, who cares? I don't give a fuck
Oh,
about people
sorry,
that
shit. I'm
spend
starting to
their
buffer you
lifetime
guys. Oh, fuck,
watching
my audio
someone
is
they
so
don't
terrible.
like and then talking about them online for some money.
Why not? I'm trying to do that. I would love to be monetized and even make, like $10 off these videos. Hey, if I could make $10 just for sitting here for 2 hours talking about a subject I think's funny, I'll take the $10.
Either or, I don't like both. Because the ad came
Either
up for
or is the other
Tophia,
one even
I
a
don't
is
do
the other
both. I
even
already
a
said that.
channel?
I'm more loyal
Santori?
than
Isn't that like a
me.
video game character?
People are spamming comments, and they're not comments to literally respond to. I don't like
Comments so
pineapple
lit.
pizza.
People spamming
Well, literally
comments
say
that
literally so
aren't
much because I'm the
literally
literally
comments to
kid. I'm
respond to.
just
Yeah,
kidding.
most comments that get spammed like Kappa or press F pay respects, they're meant to be responded
I
to.
always say literally.
How are you this dumb? I don't understand. How is she this dumb? I don't get it. Is she really this dumb? Like my the one part of my brain wants to say no, no one can be this dumb. It's all an act. But then the other part of my brain knows. I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up. It's not Dunning-Kruger, but it's basically don't. It's similar to Occam's razor. Don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to stupidity. Like, and this is all attributable to stupidity just as much as malice. So generally, people are more likely to be stupid than evil. It's just a factual statement.
Well, literally say
So
literally so much because I'm the literally kid. I'm just kidding. I always say literally. There's a
yeah,
lot of
you
people
do. You
don't
should
know.
stop. I have a problem doing that, or when I'm using voice to text, I tend to say like too much, which is a problem, and I go back and edit it.
Hello.
When I write, I don't have that problem because I know not to use the word like when I'm writing. But when I'm speaking, I sometimes will when you're speaking, public speaking, sometimes you'll look for a word like and to give yourself time to either think or to balance out your nerves, your adrenaline, whatever.
I told nobody like that. I just thought of something. No, you don't, Madison. So go. Literally threatening to dox someone is not scary because you do know that the FBI watches lives, right? I know what shelter you're
Yeah,
at. No, you don't. I know
the
what they did last
FBI is in
summer.
Tophia's alive.
I'm just kidding.
Guys, they're
Oh,
sliding into
use
her
my last
DMs.
name. Because if
Not
people
for the
don't
reason
know,
she's given.
what
They
do you think? Well, Tophia slide out. Oh no, and then people
they
say
think
Tophia
Tophia is a
Janice
child
slide out.
predator.
Use my full government name. If people
Okay,
don't
Tophia
know.
slide down.
Hello.
Everything.
Like,
Your full government
so
name.
threatening. Who cares if my dad went to jail? He has mental health issues.
What do you mean? Who cares
That's
if your
not a
dad? That's a
flex
pretty big
to
deal.
literally say at least my dad didn't go to jail.
That is. What
Black
are you
people have
talking
a
about? Yes,
higher
it
rate
is.
of having a
It's not your fault. That kind of is a flex. Just gonna say that. My dad didn't go to jail, but I'm not flexing because he was also a fucking worthless drunk the first 16 years of my life. That'd be like me flexing like my dad didn't go to jail. Your dad was insane. You talk all the time about how he took all of your money and forced you to give up the $400 you made as a kid for businesses. Yeah, somehow your dad thought he'd start businesses with $400, and you at that age were stupid enough to think that that was possible. Probably because you're used to more monopoly money than real money. So, and you think that you can buy like Vermont Avenue for $200 or something. You're
police
like, what the
record
fuck?
than a white person.
You
Because
know
to
what I
be
mean, you
honest with you,
guys? Like,
minorities are treated very horribly. From
unbelievable.
a young age, they're already arresting minors so they can have a record. Have you not seen those videos of black kids that have got arrested for nothing, for no
Okay, so I totally agree. No black kids should get arrested for no reason. They shouldn't be starting off their life on hard mode just because they were born a different skin color or born in a different location. That's also why people can call me a communist or a fucking weirdo or a fucking non-realist, a fucking optimist, all they want. I consider myself a realist, to be real. And that's why my opinion, I think, is realist. But when people talk about illegal immigrants coming here and stuff, it's like, let's say you had a kid and you're living in El Salvador, a country that we annihilated because we deported, we jailed a lot of El Salvadorian immigrants coming here seeking asylum. While they were in prison, they formed Mara Salvatrucha or MS-13, the huge, which is now globally like global terrorist and gang organization, has global reach at this point. We essentially created them in the jails in California, and then instead of releasing them to communities there, we deported them all back to El Salvador. I believe it's El Salvador. I'm like 99% sure and because I believe it's next to Haiti. And so we deported all these gang members, tens of thousands of gang members, back to El Salvador, where they then took over streets and stuff like that because they were already somewhat organized and they were able to do it very easily because the infrastructure over there was nothing like it is up here with police and everything like anti-bribery and like laws like that. It was nothing. So they took over, and then 18th Street Gang, or 13th Street Gang, sorry, they're their biggest rivals. There's a good documentary on it, 18th versus 13th Street Gang, and you see multiple people die. And the leader of the 13th Street Gang in that area is under 18. It's the most wild shit you'll ever see. Like this fucking like I think he's 16. This 16-year-old is like leading an army of like 300 people. It's insane. So that has more
reason,
to do with
and they
it.
put these black kids.
So yes, it can be a flex to say my dad was not in jail. It can be. Now again, your dad going to jail is not your fault. No one's flexing on you saying you're worse because your dad went to jail. They're just saying, or if that's what you're saying, then yeah, that's wrong. But it is a flex. He's flexing on your dad, like their dad's flexing on your dad more. That's what
In
I'm. That's
handcuffs and arrest
okay.
them because they want them that
Like
the
if someone
record.
wants to come up to me and be like, "Yeah, you dumb idiot, I wasn't convicted of a misdemeanor and I didn't do 3 years probation," like what am I gonna say to that? Oh, that's just true. I was the dumb fucking asshole that violated a CD and got 3 years of probation. For possession, by the way, I see people in fucking EWU and like court cameras and shit who get like a year of probation for like assaulting someone with a hammer and stealing 10 grand from them.
So
So
they could
I get three
treat them
years
as
of
a
probation,
criminal later in life when they
weekly
grow up. They can
check-ins.
use that
So
against them.
over two
Jails,
years, when I called my lawyer and
prisons,
asked why am I
being
doing
on
weekly check-ins
probation,
when I've
all
never
of that is
violated,
what
I've
makes
done it
these
every
people
single
money.
class, I've
That's
earned
why
two associate
more
degrees,
minorities are
and
in
I've
these
changed my
prisons
life
than any other
completely with
people
probation. It took
because
over
they make money
2
off of that.
fucking years. And then
They
just
make
COVID
money off of
anyway,
people
so
being
it
in
didn't take
jail.
long.
Jail is just a
God, I
slave
saved
camp.
all the.
It's a
I
slave.
wanted to get rid of it, but I saved all the papers and shit from them, and I was gonna light it all on fire the day it was all over. But I felt like I should maybe. So I swear to God, I put them in a box, like a Kleenex, like I emptied it, so clean as just another cardboard box where I could start the fire, and I just wrote, light it all on fire, and I put it all in that fucking box, and it's still sitting on my
Slave
shelf.
camp
I still want to
to
light it
make
all on
money.
fire.
There are
I
a
still
few
do.
people sitting in prison and jail that didn't even commit any of the crimes that they're in jail for.
Yeah.
It's not new.
So what? What are
It's
you
been
doing about it?
known. And to be honest, let's really
What
talk
are you
about it
doing
because
about it?
people love to bring up his
Yeah,
own
let's
personal.
really talk
The Rock
about it because I know a lot about the criminal justice system, Tophia. As someone that's been through it multiple times. I've never been in prison, thank God. I've never been in jail, thank God. But I know a lot of people that were. I talk in every video about the reason I know so much about these shelters is because I knew previous people from jail, the previous drug addicts that I used with who ended up there. That's why I know so much about these places. That's why I know so much about these types of treatments for these types of people and these types of areas and stuff like that. Because believe it or not, the majority of people in shelters are not like a lazy sack of potatoes like Tophia who lounges around all day doing jack and shit, having except for pointing a camera at her crotch. Like most of them don't want her there. They want
one
her
about
fucking
the
gone.
worker,
They want
the
her
sex
fucking
worker.
the fact that she gets to be lazy and gets all this shit and they're out there busting their ass every day. They don't fucking like it. I'm telling you guys, she's gonna catch a beating in one of these places one day if she keeps this shit up. Like someone's gonna tell her to knock that shit off, stop streaming, and she's gonna pretend like she did, and they're gonna come up to her and say, "I thought I told you to stop fucking streaming." She's gonna lie and said, I did," and then try and hastily close it while they're fucking watching her. Then they're gonna see, I told you you're fucking streaming, you're lying. And they're gonna open fucking hand slap her in the face. I'm telling you guys right now. I almost got assaulted one guy for giving I dap because he had been in prison. And he was like, "Don't you ever fucking touch my hands, bro. Don't you ever fucking touch me again." Called my hands rat claws. Like I think I have pretty normal hands. I don't know. I will never forget how angry this guy was that I gave because the guy that he was talking to, I knew him. I gave him taps. This guy was from my group too. I thought I kind of knew him. Thought he was busy. Never will forget that. And Tophia is in a place surrounded by these types of people, and they don't want her there. They're sick of her laziness. They're sick of her sloth. They're sick of her bad hygiene. They're sick of her ranting into a camera all day. They're sick of having to listen to her. I promise you guys. It's she either gets assaulted before she leaves or she eventually ends up. She's under a bridge either way within, like I said, 4 to 8 weeks. So, like it's coming. But unless she
And to
found
be
some
honest,
new
she
shelter,
didn't
like
show up to court.
way
Neither did
in a way different part of the
the
state,
undercover
because
cop.
she's essentially run her welcome out with all the places nearby where she's from or where she was. I don't know if she's from there.
It was dismissed. So I
Sorry,
don't know
guys,
why
this
people
this
keep
is
bringing
still
up that
long.
record. That case was
God, my
dismissed.
ribs hurt
They
so
didn't
bad.
show up to
Every
court,
hour
so the
since
case
my
got dismissed.
only 20
If
minutes
that
into
was
this. I'm
ever
gonna have to
true,
pause this and
and they
make
were
it two
telling the
parts,
truth,
and then
then how come
hopefully
they
the
didn't
second
show up
part
to
will be
court?
much faster because I went into a
Then you
lot
bring
of
up
detail on
something
some of this
else.
shit.
Go away. What do you think
We'll
about the
stop
AI
this at
bits?
the end of this section
People keep
and make a
asking me
part
the
one.
same question, and it's the same response every time. I blocked those accounts that made the AI videos of me. Anytime I see an AI video of me, it's blocked. It's creepy. It's weird. I keep repeating myself. I've already answered that question. Why do you keep asking? And it's not that I'm angry. Don't take that as me being angry. I'm just saying it's kind of a little annoying to answer the same questions over and over again.
I'm
And to
not
be
angry.
honest
It's
with you,
just really
people will
annoying when you
tend
do
to
that.
repeat
So
that because
if
they
you
think
could
that makes me
stop
mad.
fucking doing
And
that,
when it
I'd be a
doesn't, I'm
lot
not
happier.
mad. It's
Thanks.
just a
I'm not
way
angry
for me
though.
to repeat
Just
myself.
knock that shit off, you fucking asshole.
Because the thing about asking the same question over and over again is that I've already answered it. So why are you asking the question? What am I
They're
supposed to do?
trolling you. They're getting a reaction out of you. You're literally reacting to it now. They got what they wanted. You fucking idiot. How do you still not get this? I don't get how you still don't get it. It's actually unbelievable.
AI vids. Why are you asking me?
Also,
I've
what
already
AI
answered.
it is? I don't even
And
know what
then
the
they
fuck she's
ask
talking
questions
about.
about candy. This live isn't about candy. I don't care about candy. Saying would I collab with candy, making the jokes about me being with candy. First of all, some of y'all are just mad that you can't pull attractive people, and that's fine, right? Just trying to be rude.
If Tophia was born 5 years earlier, she could have been a projectionist at a movie theater.
trying to make jokes. Those are middle school jokes. Those are jokes that people have in
Yeah,
middle
they're
school.
middle school jokes, Sophia. Meanwhile, you talk about shit you won when you were three, stuff that you did in elementary school, and the barest of achievements you made in middle school and high school. Like you almost saved $300 once. By the way, if you never got to or almost saved $400, I'm sorry. By the way, if you never got to the 400, how did your dad take the 400 from you? Just
Middle
curious.
school. Like, they're not original
He didn't really
jokes.
take
They're
400.
not
He took
funny.
whatever she had.
You're not
Like shit.
eating, and you're just boring. You just keep bringing up candy, which I know you're gonna spam that because you think that makes me mad, but it really doesn't. Say, oh, you and
If it didn't make you mad, you would not respond to it. You wouldn't give it the time of day. You wouldn't address it. You wouldn't talk about it. You would ignore it.
Candy
That's how
again.
people
First
who
of all,
don't care about things deal with them. If someone started talking to me about this candy person, I'd be like, I have no fucking idea who you're talking about. That's it. I would not address it again.
that's some middle
Or even if I knew him, I would just say, okay, fuck him, and then that's it. I wouldn't say
school
anything.
stuff.
But it's like she
I
can't
heard
help
that.
herself. She's like, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't talk shit about people. I'm not gonna say anything about her. And it's like, well, except for she's like, I don't like to talk. She said this, I think, a little bit back. I believe I quoted. She's like, I don't like to talk shit about people, but here's all these terrible things about this person.
In middle school, literally people making
Yeah,
fun
we'll
of
end
someone
it
that's
here, and then
unattractive,
I'll
saying,
do a
haha,
second
you two are
part that's
dating.
hopefully much shorter.
Or they would say to me, oh, he wants to date you, psych, you're too ugly. Those are jokes that middle schoolers have, and then you tell
That's crazy that she's saying that because she literally makes middle school jokes and references like
people
all the.
to
It's
act their
embarrassing
age,
that she
and then
does.
you're
It's
spamming like a
embarrassing.
toddler, and you're not acting your age.
You're
Like,
in,
grow up.
Tophia.
I
You need
just
to
said I wasn't
check
mad.
yourself right now.
Nobody
That was an
cares.
hour.
Did you know that Candy literally talks
You
to a
need to check
16-year-old
yourself right
girl?
now, Tophia.
Someone sent me
You
the
you
video
are going
of her
way
talking
past
to a
the tow line.
16-year-old girl,
You are not
talking about
ready
what
for
she
what's
was
going
going
to
to do
happen.
sexually to this 16-year-old girl, and you're still
But
here talking about her? Obviously,
they're mocking you. They're saying Candy said go fight her because you always talk about fighting stand Nintendo's down. Go fucking box her then. Kick the shit. If she's that terrible of a person, if she really isn't the kids like that, go kick the shit out of her. She wants a fade.
it's
Run that
weird.
fade. She wants to run a fade with you. Go do it.
Her type is underage girls. So that's
She,
her type
if she really said run her fade like this person in this chat is saying,
is
she should.
underage.
Put your fucking
So
money where
mine's
your
too.
mouth
Mine's is
is. Go
not
run that
underage.
fade, bitch.
I
She
don't
always talks about how she whoop people and like let all this fucking bullshit. Put your fucking money where your mouth is, Tophia. Let's see you go run a fade with her and fuck her up. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna stop this here because it's fucking 90 minutes, and then I'm gonna try and make this last hour like actually only an hour long. But I had to stop a lot here because again, she got into shit that is such bullshit, blaming everything bipolar, blaming everything again on white people. Like I just it takes so long when I want to address that shit because it's so stupid and I don't know how to explain it any better. Again, Tophia doesn't seem to think that ancient Egypt existed. Who built the pyramids, Sophia? Like well-paid workers getting a living wage or slaves that the Egyptians had captured in battle? Which, by the way, wasn't just the Jews. I'm just pointing that out because I am part Jewish, but like, and it's because in the Bible they always talk about the Jew, Moses being the king of the Jews, or not the king of the Jews. I'm sorry, he led the Jews out. The king of the Jews was Jesus. Anyway, if you're into the Bible and that sort of thing, I'm not. But anyway, Sophia seems to be when it suits her, and seems to not be when it doesn't. So anyway, thanks guys. Watch this part one, and I'm making a part two. I promise it'll be a lot shorter. I will pause a lot less because man, she needed to shut the fuck up in this one. She was talking her, she was running her fucking mouth like she shouldn't have. And the person saying that she wants to catch a fade with her, I
really
fucking
explain this.
hope that,
Do I need
I
to go
fucking
into
hope,
an explanation again? Do
I
I go
hope, fucking hope that that chick gets her chance to run a fade with Tophia. So anyway, I'm gonna start recording a new one. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry, my shit's all fucked up. The new one is gonna be all fucked up too because I'm still recording. I'm probably gonna go get a new ice pack though, so that my chest hurts a little bit less, and charge my headphones for a little bit. I'll be back in like a little bit, you guys. I mean, you won't know this, but end of part one. Thanks for watching. Give you guys a shout out. The next one, Santoki. You've reached the mount. You've reached the mount. Oh God, what the fuck was it called? Because I was just talking about Moses. You've reached the holy mount or whatever the fuck it was called. Like where God gave down the Ten Commandments. You've reached that level, Sophia. or Santoki of Tophia lore, where she's actively addressing you now. So you're getting to her. Everything you're saying is accurate and true. That's why she's responding in kind. And Tophia is a fucking loser. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll make the next hour actually like an hour. I promise I will not fucking pause, or that's probably a promise I won't keep. Okay, I promise I will try and keep it to a either a 3-to-2 ratio, or like Vokal, if I could get a 4-to-3, that'd be great. I guess technically three, whatever. It doesn't count. Anyway, talk to you guys soon.